Fairy Tales world!
Once upon a time, during a cold, snowy winter, a queen sat by her window sewing. Suddenly, she pricked her finger, and bright red drops fell onto the white snow. Gazing at the striking contrast, she whispered, "I wish for a child with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony." Soon, the queen gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, just as she had wished. They named her Snow White. But the queen's happiness was short-lived. She passed away soon after. A year later, the king remarried. His new queen was stunning, but proud and cruel. She could not bear the thought of anyone being more beautiful than her. She had a magical mirror, and every day she asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror always answered, "You, my queen, are the fairest." As Snow White grew, her beauty surpassed the queen's. One day the mirror declared, "You are fair, but Snow White is fairer than you." Furious, the queen ordered the huntsman to take Snow White into the forest and kill her. The huntsman led Snow White deep into the woods, but could not harm her. "Run, child, and never return," he said. To deceive the queen, he killed a wild boar and brought its heart, which the queen believed was Snow White's. Alone, Snow White wandered through the forest until she discovered a small, cozy house. Inside, she found 7 tiny plates, cups, and beds. Tired, she tried a little of everything and finally rested in one of the beds. The 7 dwarves who lived there returned from the mountains and noticed someone had been in their home. "Who's been eating from my plate? Who's been sleeping in my bed?" they asked. When they saw Snow White, they were amazed by her beauty. She told them her story, and they kindly offered, "If you cook, clean, and care for our home, you can stay with us safely." Snow White lived happily with the dwarves, but the queen soon discovered she was still alive. Disguised as an old peddler, the queen tried to trick Snow White 3 times, with a lace, a comb, and finally a poisoned apple. The last attempt succeeded, and Snow White fell into a deep sleep. The dwarfs were heartbroken and placed her in a glass coffin atop a mountain. One day, a passing prince saw her and was so moved by her beauty that he asked to take her with him. As he carried the coffin, the poisoned apple dislodged from her throat, and Snow White awoke. The prince asked her to marry him, and she joyfully agreed. At their wedding, the wicked queen discovered Snow White was alive. As punishment, she was forced to wear red-hot iron shoes and dance until she could dance no more. Snow White and the prince ruled their kingdom with kindness, never forgetting the dwarves who had saved her. And they all lived happily ever after.
If you loved Snow White's adventure, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more magical stories.